other type of mistakes are like that outcome are not learner centric, like that. Let us look at the first one. To provide student necessary background to analyze language processor. Analyze language processor may be an outcome, but not to provide student necessary background. Apply basic concept of electronics. Whether a learner apply it, does not apply it, does not matter. What they have to do? To understand and to identify. So, understand. Even if this is your outcome, then I can say this outcome is the cognitive level is identify. So, knowledge level, not this understand is action verb here. Able to understand, describe features of internet. So, describe features of internet may be the action verb, but to able to understand is not that. So, if I write this way, what is happening is that once a learner read it, they thought it is teacher expectation. The teacher wants that student should able to understand, but student may not understand or student may not be understand. So, when I make the outcome not learner centric, teacher centric, you using the student will understand this thing, they may not understand. If I told them do it, whether you understand or not does not matter. So, student has to perform that, whether they understand from my class, whether they understand from. So, I have to write only what they have to perform as an outcome, not whether they will understand, whether they will appreciate, whether they will apply basic concept, does not matter. Demonstrate the skill of developing semantic web, does not want what kinds of problem they are able to solve, what they are able to do in semantic web, what kind of skill they develop. So, when you write an outcome, think about whether it is teacher centric or learner centric. How do you think? Once you write down the outcome, think about whether it is your wish or student performance. If it is teacher wish or instructor wish, it is not learner centric. Instructor wants student should understand this thing, this is not learner centric. What they have to perform. Next kind of mistake, measurable but not achievable within the course. So, generally a subject is a let us 40 lectures duration. You cannot write an outcome which will not develop within that time period. For example, forget about this slides example. Think about, if I write design an aeroplane. So, within a course or within a subject, are they able to design that aeroplane? It may require 10 years to learn. So, within time boundness. So, when I say that course outcome, that means within that 40 hours of lectures, they have to achieve the outcome. Solve differential equation. Outcome, right? Solve differential equation. Measurable, no problem. What is the problem? Achievableness. So, suppose you taught differential equation for one course, means 40 hours course. Differential equation itself can cover 10 to 15 years to learn all kinds of differential equation, all kinds of complexity. So, that may not required. So, as a teacher, you have to think what will be achievable within this time frame. Student will able to solve differential equation, it may not be achievable. So, you no, I have covered only second order differential equation. So, why not you write down it? Once you write down it second order differential equation, Using this method, we are providing the condition component and criteria component, make the outcome achievable, measurable and specific. Evaluate the circuits. It is a vague terminology. What I have to evaluate? In respect to what? What kind of evaluation is expected from the students? So, see, this outcome does not contain what will be given to the students, but what is there, what they have to perform, evaluate the circuit. For what purpose or what respect, what is the criteria for evaluation? Not given. So, outcomes is not achievable. Conceive real time project. What do you mean by real time project? How student understand what is the limit of real time project which make the outcome achievable? Sometime we said the basic principle of this thing. Something may be basic to you, but it may not be basic to the students, or something may be basic to you, may be advanced to the students, or something is advanced to you, may be basic to the students. So, to make it achievable, you have to mention the condition and criteria. Create hardware modeling and the design flow. What is meaning? What kind of hardware modeling? What is the complexity of the hardware modeling? What design flow? Nothing is mentioned. So, make the outcome achievable by putting the details on it. Create hardware modeling. If I say, what kind of hardware modeling? Up to what level of modeling satisfy or required for that course, for that program. So, put specificity on the outcome, which is required, very much required by the, when you write down the outcome, because outcomes are the target for the learner. So, unless target is achievable, why learner will attempt to achieve the target? Or how can a learner say, yes, I have achieved the target? So, when you write outcome, be sure the outcome is achievable. Another mistake, not specific. Compute different parameter like surface potential. So, what are the parameters you have not mentioned? You said like surface potential, something else is there which is your mind, but not written in the target. So, how the learner will say I have achieved the target? Very simple example. Suppose in examination you write the difference between A and B. A student write only single difference, a student write 3 difference, another student write 10 difference. Who will get the highest marks? You said no, who write the 10 difference? Then the student who write the 1 difference can challenge you, sir, you have said write the difference between A and B. You have never said how many difference I have to write. So, you said compute different parameter, there may be n number, suppose there is a 10 parameters, you cover 5 parameter in the class, and then a person came from industry, he asked the 6th parameters, then what student will say? Sir, it is not covered. So, unless different is specified, the outcome is not specific. Like surface potential. So, one of the example, so how a student know how many this kind of like is there? Unless they attend the class, they do not know how many like will cover in the course. When an industry person see the outcome, oh like, is they cover this kind of parameter also? Then no, I have not covered that. So, it creates confusion among the learner, among the teachers, among the industry. So, instead of like, such as, different, basic, fundamental, do not use those words in outcome. Instead of different, compute parameters. If I delete different, that means all parameters, unless I have to mention compute parameter A, B, C, D. So, instead of different, I have to specify the parameters or I have to delete the difference, that means all parameters. So, once you not specify, that means it cover entire things, entire parameter. Then you have to think whether this outcome is achievable within your course or not. Suppose 10 parameter is not achievable by your course. So, you can say 5 parameter, write down those 5 parameter name. Various. What do you mean by various? So, various such as like that different cannot be a part of an outcome. Clear? So, if those words are present in an outcome, then the outcome becomes non-specific. To introduce about optimum design, what do you mean by optimum design? Describe the fundamental concept. What do you mean by fundamental concept? Write down the what do you mean by fundamental concept here. So, if specify, then the outcome become very specific. Okay? Then cognitive level is not proper for a course outcome. Sometime when we write an outcome, maybe we write an outcome in course outcome, very shallow level outcome. Let us suppose I give an example, suppose I offer a course big data analysis and I say this course is introductory level to the B engineer. So, my course outcome, that means major takeaway from this course is define big data and analytics. Then this course outcome, this CO cannot be mapped to any PO which is required by NBA. So, for BTech engineer, if this is my CO, then let us say this course is not required. Define the phase of compiler. If this is my course outcome, then people say this course is not required for BTech program. So, you have to use you have to design outcome of an appropriate cognitive level for appropriate program. For BTech program, those are not valid outcome, but ITI program, those are the valid outcome, because ITI engineer only know description and definition. So, depending on the level of the course for which you are designing the course, depending on the requirement of the program, sometimes course outcome cognitive level is not correct. So, if this is my course outcome for BTech engineer, then this course outcome is not correct. Explain the basic architecture of, if this is my course outcome for a BTech engineer, then this outcome is not required. So, when you write down the outcome, if it is course outcome, think the cognitive level is improper. Think the outcome is specific, measurable and achievable. Outcome is learner centric. So, when you write down the outcome or instructional objective, it should be specific, measurable and achievable. It should be it should contain the condition component, criteria component, performance component. It should, the cognitive level of the outcome should be correct for the particular level. If it is course level, this kind of outcome is not correct. Okay? Then I come to why we required course outcome. Why we required the outcome? What is the need of outcome? So, if I say the need of outcome, in case of curriculum design, suppose I want to design a syllabus How do I design the syllabus? I put list of topic. This course will coverage this topic. Let us example that syllabus, write down the syllabus of a digital signal processing for a BTech engineer. 4-year BTech program, I have to write down the syllabus for a, you can say that the digital signal processing. So, I say that there will be discrete Fourier the frequency conversion. In another frequency conversion, you said that discrete Fourier transform, FFT algorithm, topics are written. Similarly, filter design, topics are written. Similarly, multi-rate signal processing, topics are written. So, you make a major topic, then minor topics are listed down. That is syllabus. But what is outcome? It is not syllabus. What kind of skill is essential for the learner at BTech level? So, I can say, I can just correlate with an example. Suppose analog electronics. If I search analog electronics in a net, there will be number of material available. Then I put a syllabus for BTech engineer, push-pull amplifier, this kind of amplifier, but I never, syllabus never mention how much push-pull amplifier is essential for the BTech degree. Push-pull amplifier, I search in the net, I found it is it can require 6 months to study all kinds of push-pull amplifier. Then learner said, okay, I have to wait how much teacher is cover. Now think about the situation. Some teacher is very good. I can explain a basic problem what is happening in syllabus and in case of syllabus. So suppose a digital signal processing, syllabus is discrete frequency transform, then filter design, multi-rate signal processing, all kinds of there. Suppose a teacher taking that subject, he is very much confident on multi-rate signal processing, discrete Fourier transform, all this, but he has a shaky knowledge on filter design. What he will do? Most of the lecture he cover on multi-rate signal processing and Fourier transform or frequency transform. 5 to 6 lecture or maybe 2 to 3 lectures he cover on filter design. Although it is written, syllabus written, filter design, FIR filter, but how much he has to cover is not mentioned in the syllabus. So what happened? When student promoted to the next class, the required skill on filter design will be not there because of the teacher, because student does not know how much filter design is essential for a BTech engineer. So course outcome when you write down, then it does not matter who is the teachers. You said frequency transform this skill, given this do this up to this, filter design this skill, given this do this up to this. So course outcome, when you can say the outcome provide me the depth and coverage of the syllabus, but syllabus only the list of topic. That is why objective or instructional objective or outcome bring focus and objectivity in the instruction. Okay. So, this is the course on curriculum design. See that curriculum design, how the syllabus is made. A set of people sit together and these topics are very important. But if you told them justify why this skill is required or not, they thought this skill is this topic has to be covered. But if I write down for a particular this program, a person will acquire this skill, and if it is available, then industry may say this skill is not required for this kind of people, I require this kind of skill. So, there will be bring a transparency about the justification of the syllabus. So, outcome is also help in curriculum design and justify what skill are essential at what level. Similarly, teaching learning process. Most of the time what we do, oh, this is the syllabus, tomorrow I forgot, oh, tomorrow I have a lectures, or this topic, I search in the internet, oh, this topic, there may be a x number of PPT I received, out of those PPT I put together some PPT and make a presentation, next day I deliver that information. In a large classroom, the students sitting in the back bench, they search the same, they found the same PPT, oh, that PPT, oh, I will cover it during my exam. Student engagement gone, teaching learning also gone. But if the outcome is written down, then teacher do not need to think about, oh, today I have these lectures. So, in instructional objective or outcome provide what a teacher need to teach and up to what depth, and also provide how to teach. Suppose you write down an outcome, design this FIR filter using windowing method, using MATLAB programming. So, if this is my outcome, then I cannot say the lecture is sufficient for develop this skill. So, I require a lab experiment. I have to tell the students use this MATLAB and do this. So, it not only provide what to teach, it provide how to teach. Think about student side. Today student does not know what kind of question will come, what kind of skill I have to develop. What they do? Before the exam they goes to the library and find out last 5-year question paper, and then try to find out what is teacher's outcome, and then prepare that and give the exam. Why they do that? Because they said, oh, teacher has covered this topic. So, what kind of question teacher will give? Because there is no skill is maintained. So, there is no outcome is mentioned in the subject. But if the outcomes are mentioned which is specific, measurable and achievable, then student know, yes, I have to achieve this target. So, this kind of design I have to perform in the exam hall. So, clear understand what is expected to learn, instead of going to the library, find out the last 5-year questions and do it. Think about it employer side. If every course outcome is written and every program outcome is written, suppose institute A has a program who are very specialized on embedded system, and they know that, okay, those kind of students know this kind of software to write VHDL code to this. So, industry know these skills are available in this institute, this kind of students, they go there and take them. Unless what happened? In the interview board, when somebody asked the students, are you know this, how to do this? They said, sir, it is not covered in our syllabus. Or they said, yes, I have studied in first year, but I forgot it, because that is knowledge level, that not converted into the skill, that is why they cannot remember it. So, outcome provide teaching, the provider help in teaching learning process to define what to teach, how to teach and how to evaluate. It provides students what to learn, what to develop. It provides the industry identify the group of students who have certain skill. So, if I write down the instead of syllabus the outcome of that subject, so this add this kind of specificity. In the next week you learn how to design the outcome based curricula and how it will help in teaching learning. Okay? Next, educational planning. I am not reading what is there in the slide. Think about a scenario. Many institute has many kinds of resources, but none of the resources used in a single time. Many many people. So, unnecessary resources are gathered by the institute. Other hand, some resources are essentially required, but management thought, oh, this is not required. They cannot, the teachers cannot justify the requirement. But if it is outcome based learning, so the tools, laboratory requirement is specified in the outcome. So, if I say I will teach digital signal processing course and in one of the outcome written MATLAB, then I can, the authority can say that yes, MATLAB is essential for this course, that is why MATLAB has to be procured. So, this is educational planning, mode of teaching. Some outcome may not be developed in lecturing mode, they require a laboratory. Some outcome may not be developed in a laboratory also, it requires something else. Management can allow those facilities. So, this will provide proper educational training planning. What kind of classroom is required? Today classroom is okay, all students are facing to the teacher side. Suppose say that I have a objective which required a interactive interaction between a group of students. So, this classroom is not sufficient for us for that course. So, once you write down the outcome, it provides what kind of educational resource planning is required, what kind of teaching learning planning is required, what kind of examination planning is required. I am coming. Assessment and evaluation. Assessment and evaluation. Today, many times students said, sir, oh, this question is out of syllabus, this question is so tough I cannot answer, this question is very much tough. University said, you should not design this kind of tough question, student will not able to answer it. You should have a some question which all students can answer it. So, those are very vague statements. If my outcome is defined, then what kind of assessment I have to done to certify the student's competence is very much specific. Today, I cannot say the grade correlate the skill of the students, because the assessment data which I collected does not have any correlation with what I expected from the students. We thought the expected outcome is the student will able to design push-pull amplifier, and in assessment I said describe push-pull amplifier. Student got marks, but he does not know how to design push-pull amplifier. So, the skill and grade is not correlated. But if the outcome is written down, then student also know I have to develop this skill, teacher also know I have to test this skill by this kind of test item, and if the student is able to answer it, then I will provide the marks. So, there is nothing called pass, fail, 80%, 90%. Provide the attainment of the skill, certify the attainment of the skill. Nothing called outside the question, nothing called outside the question is outside the syllabus, question is tough, question is easy, does not exist. It only exists, this is required, you have to develop that skill, and that is written down by an outcome based education, and the assessment will be on this, and if you pass, then only certify, you have a competence, unless do not. So, outcome or instructional objective provide help in curriculum design, course design, teaching learning process, educational planning and assessment and evaluation. So, that is why outcome based education and outcome writing course outcome is very important issue. Okay? Next week I will talk about the outcome based curriculum design. Okay? Thank you.